Women have always been leaders. The woman who wakes up before everyone else and holds the household together before she has even had her coffee. The nurse making life and death decisions at 3 in the morning. The teacher who knows which child is struggling at home before anyone has said a word. The manager who holds a team together through a crisis while being paid less than the man she is managing. The mother who is simultaneously a financial planner, a therapist, a logistics coordinator, a nutritionist, and an emotional anchor for everyone in her orbit. Women lead every single day in ways that are extraordinary, in ways that require intelligence, emotional depth, strategic thinking, and an ability to hold multiple things at once that most people would find overwhelming. And then they walk into a boardroom or a negotiation or a relationship and shrink. That has to stop. Women create life. They carry it, birth it, nurture it, shape it into a human being capable of functioning in the world. Women are the origin of every person who has ever held power, built an empire, written a law, or sat at the head of a table. Every leader, every king, every CEO, every man who has ever told a woman she is too much or not enough came through a woman's body. And somehow, women were convinced that the people they created had more right to authority than they did. That is not the natural order, and it is one of the greatest acts of manipulation in human history. When a man holds a room, it is called authority. When a woman does the same thing, it is called aggression. When a man negotiates hard, it is called smart business. When a woman does the same, it is called difficult. When a man states his opinion directly without qualifying it, he is decisive. When a woman does the same, she is abrasive. When a man leads with confidence and does not explain himself, he is a natural leader. When a woman does the same, she is arrogant, full of herself, too much. This is not a perception problem that individual women need to manage better. It is a structural bias that has been built into the way authority is recognized and rewarded. And it operates in workplaces, in relationships, in social spaces, and in the way women are discussed in media and culture. It is pervasive and it is deliberate. Because women who understand their authority, who hold it without apology, who take up space without seeking permission, are harder to underpay, harder to overlook, harder to manage. The double standard is not accidental. It is a mechanism, and naming it is the first step to refusing to internalize it as truth about yourself. Because here's what happens when women absorb that narrative without questioning it. They begin to police themselves. They soften the opinion before they offer it. They add the qualifier. They laugh the laugh that signals they are not a threat. They wait to be invited into rooms they have every right to walk into. They perform smallness so convincingly that they eventually stop noticing they are performing it. And the world, comfortable with that smallness, stops noticing it too. The double standard does not stay external for long. Women internalize it. And once it is internal, it operates without anyone having to enforce it from the outside. It shows up in the meeting where a woman has the answer and waits to see if someone else will say it first. In the salary negotiation, she does not have because she has already talked herself out of asking. In the leadership opportunity, she does not put her name forward for because she is waiting until she feels completely ready, which is a standard she will never fully meet because the bar was designed to keep moving. It shows up in the way women frame their expertise. The I might be wrong, but before the statement she knows is correct. The just checking, but before the instruction she has every right to give. The sorry to bother you before the request that is entirely reasonable. Women apologize for existing in spaces they have earned the right to occupy. They preemptively make themselves smaller before anyone has asked them to. It shows up in relationships too. The woman who softens what she actually thinks because she does not want to seem like too much, who manages her ambition downward because it makes the people around her uncomfortable, who does not fully occupy her own life because she has spent so long making sure everyone else is comfortable in theirs. Every time a woman shrinks herself preemptively, she confirms the world's assumption that her natural size is too big, and the world obliges by treating her accordingly. What standing in your authority actually looks like. In the boardroom and the workplace, it looks like stating your position without the qualifiers attached, offering your expertise without the apology preceding it, negotiating your salary from the number you actually believe you are worth, not the number you think they will accept without pushing back, putting your name forward for the opportunity before you feel 100% ready, because 100% ready is a myth that disproportionately holds women back. It looks like taking credit for your work fully, without deflecting it back to the team when the team did not show up the way you did, without minimizing your contribution so the people around you feel more comfortable. Your work is yours, claim it in relationships. It looks like saying what you actually think at full volume without editing it down to a size that is easier for someone else to receive. Like making decisions about your own life without running them past everyone who might have an opinion. Like occupying the full space of who you are in a relationship rather than the managed, convenient version that is easier to love. It looks like a woman whose partner, whose family, whose friends experience her as a full person with her own authority over her own life, not a woman who is constantly negotiating permission to be herself. In social spaces, it looks like entering rooms as though you belong in them because you do. Speaking first when you have something to say rather than waiting to see if the room wants to hear it. Disagreeing out loud when you disagree. Without the performance of uncertainty you do not actually feel. Leaving spaces that do not serve you without manufacturing a reason dramatic enough to justify the exit. Female authority in social spaces is perhaps the most threatening version of it to the people who benefit from women's smallness. Because the woman who is socially authoritative, who does not seek approval, who does not soften herself for the room's comfort, changes the social contract of every space she enters, and that change is irreversible once people have experienced it. Reclaiming your authority is not just a psychological exercise. It has financial and professional consequences that are real and significant. Women who negotiate their salaries earn more over a lifetime than women who do not. The gap compounds. Every year of accepting less is a year of building a financial baseline that reflects what you tolerated rather than what you were worth. Every promotion not sought is a career trajectory that stays below what it should have been. The cost of not standing in your authority is not abstract. It is in your bank account. Women who claim credit for their work get promoted faster, get assigned to higher profile projects, and get considered for leadership roles more consistently than women who deflect. Visibility is not vanity, it is a career strategy. And women who have been taught that making themselves visible is arrogant have been taught something that serves everyone except them. Women who hold their authority in relationships attract different dynamics. They attract partners who are capable of relating to a full person rather than partners who need a managed version. They attract friendships built on genuine reciprocity. They attract professional relationships based on mutual respect rather than on their willingness to absorb whatever is offered. Authority is not just an identity, it is a filter. It determines what comes towards you, what you are offered, and what you are able to build. And women who have been operating without it have been operating at a fraction of their actual capacity. The compensation you receive from the world is a reflection of the authority you have claimed within it. Claim more, receive accordingly. Women are the most capable, most trusted, most dependent upon people in most rooms they enter. They know this. The people around them know this. The world has structured itself around their labor, their intelligence, their emotional capacity, and their leadership for centuries while calling it something other than leadership to avoid paying for it. That stops the moment a woman decides it stops. Stand in your authority. Speak at full volume. Negotiate from your actual worth. Take credit for what is yours. Walk into every room like the evidence of your capability preceded you because it did. You are not asking for permission to lead. You have been leading all along. It is time you were treated like it. And it starts with you treating yourself like it first. I'll see you in the next one.